Tonight we're all about FHA loans. If you have any questions, we're going to do a Q&A. FHA loans, who can qualify, what it takes to qualify, down payment assistance options, all of that. It is hot in here. If I'm looking a little glossy, my AC might have went out. I'm hot. But we're going to get right to it. All right, so FHA loans, major misconception I get or a question, who can qualify? So it's not just for first-time home buyers. The FHA, Federal Housing Administration, does not lend the money. Money comes from a lender or a bank who is approved with the FHA, Federal Housing Administration. All right, from there, you just have to fall within the qualifications. So they have lighter, easier guidelines when it comes to credit, higher DTI, so like income options. It's a great program, for people, for anybody who's looking to buy a home, whether it's your first home, whether it's your second home, third home. Main thing is that it has to be an owner-occupied home, and you'll see this for any government loan. So any loan that ends with an A, FHA, VA, USDA, government loans, owner-occupied. All right. So key benefits: minimum down 3.5%, 3.5%. Flexible credit guidelines, as I mentioned. Lower mortgage insurance a lot of times than conventional loans. Only difference is that with conventional loans, the mortgage insurance drops off at a certain point. With the FHA, it is really hot in here, man. My AC might have went out. Who's in Texas? Let me know where y'all from. Let me know where y'all from if y'all are in Texas dealing with this heat wave in Austin. But so back to what I was saying. Because this is going to get clipped, I'm going to just run down that again. I've been using my lives as a way to create reels. So definitely, like, if you're in the market, if you're in Texas, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, as it says along the bottom, you have any questions, hit me up. Want to get you into your home. All right, so key benefits of an FHA loan: 3.5% down. More flexible credit guidelines. Gift funds are permitted. Seller contributions up to 6%. All right, with eligible costs. Available from anywhere from a 1 to 4 unit. Again, with only 3.5% down. So whether you're buying a 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, as long as residential real estate, 3.5% down. All right, myths. So we're going to do some myth busting. FHA is not only for first-time home buyers, as mentioned. You just have to live in the property. Credit score, very flexible. If you've been through a bankruptcy, like other credit issues, all right, FHA actually goes down to 500. All right, so if you have like, we also offer credit counseling, or like can assist with credit repair as well. Not credit counseling, credit repair. We can do a rescore, rapid rescore, look at your credit, tell you what needs to be improved upon. But when it comes to credit, if you're going with an FHA loan, as long as you have money to put down and we get an approval, you can go as low as 500 FICO with 10% down. 580 and up, 3.5%, as mentioned. We also do manual underwriting. So for those who have those credit issues, or you're not approved with a certain lender, you're looking for somebody who does manual underwriting. So you have like a nice clean rental history. There's other compensating factors, whether that be, again, more money down. We can look at reserves. So it's all about looking at your situation, working backwards, try to get you into that new home. All right. So major things when it comes to credit. I spoke on some of the compensating factors that they would look for, right? On-time payments, rental payments, as well as like you've shown the ability to clean back up that your payment history. So no late payments for, like, say, the last 12 to 24 months. We work on your collections, your disputes. You can only have a certain amount of an account in disputes. like higher debt to income ratios, FHA is a great program, right? Do not listen to people who tell you that FHA loans are weaker or like it's only for people with bad credit, because it's not. As mentioned, like it's a great program if you have those issues, but if you don't and you just want to put the minimum down, say you have been on a title for a home and you don't want to put down 5%, right? FHA allows you to put down the 3.5, still get into that home. All right. And then also another thing to keep in mind is when you're looking at different loan products, whether it's a conventional loan or an FHA loan, looking at them side by side, you'll see a lot of times that conventional loans have a higher. I'm not gonna be on here long. It's supposed to be like 15 minutes. We up off here in like the next 5. I'm gonna get through this information as soon as possible because again, like my AC went out. My AC went out. I'm trying to like keep this as interactive as possible. So if you have any questions, definitely hit me up. Definitely hit me up. All right, so I spoke about mortgage insurance, a little bit of the differences. FHA mortgage insurance is capped. Conventional mortgage insurance is going to go based on based on the lender, based on like your credit. There's a lot of different factors that go into it. That's why FHA is a great option as well, because again, like while it stays on for the life of the loan, it's capped. It's not changes, not fluctuating. You already know what it's going to be. All right, and then you can just always refinance out of that loan later on. So FHA multifamily again. If you're purchasing a 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit, as long as you're residing in one of those units, you can use the income from the other units to help you qualify for that home. There is going to be a reserve requirement if you're going with a 3 or 4-unit, right? As well as self-sufficiency test, just meaning that the rental income has to like meet the mortgage payment, the PITI. All right. Some questions that we get a lot. Do you have to be a first-time home buyer for an FHA loan? No, I answered that. You do not have to be a first-time home buyer. You just have to reside in one of the units. Can you qualify with a 500 FICO score? While they do go down to 500, again, it is lender specific. Not every lender will allow you to go down that low. I do work with lenders as a broker. I do work with lenders who allow you to go down to 500 for FHA and for VA. So again, and we also do manual underwriting. So if you fall within that bucket, definitely have a conversation just to see if not, like even if you're not approved, we can look at and see like when you can get approved, like walk you through what you need to do to fix up your credit to get back on that right path. I have conversations with people daily, right? About their credit, about fixing up their credit, or rescores, the rapid rescores, getting items removed. So it's definitely like even if it's not now, like we can look and see like when, right? Just building out that roadmap. All right. Can the seller pay your closing costs? So yes, yes, yes. FHA, and this is like a something that me and a few of my partners have done several times. Right, down payment assistance program with an FHA loan. With an FHA loan, you can get up to 6% of the purchase price back. So, and then you might say, oh, like who would give you 6% back? But honestly, like there are lots of homes that have been sitting on the market. Look in your local area, talk to your realtor. There are homes that have been sitting on the market. These homes like need to sell. People are selling for whatever reason. So do not shoot yourself in the foot before the race. Like look and see what your options are, and then again we work backwards from there. So even if you don't have like say the 2 to 5% for the closing costs, there are still options. There's still options. All right. Can you use down payment assistance with an FHA loan? I just mentioned this. Yes, you can. There are programs that go like depends on the program. Like in Texas, we have TSHAC. Georgia, there's a Georgia Dream. North Carolina, there's I forgot the name of the program. Florida, Home for Heroes, or not Home for Heroes. That's like something else. But yeah, and then we have programs that work in all states, like regardless of the state, right? Anywhere from like there are lenders who won't go below 660 for down payment assistance. There are lenders that go all the way to 600 FICO. So again, it's like based on your individual situation, looking at your options, seeing what moves you can make, and then working backwards. So yes, down payment assistance is an option. Even with down payment assistance, though, let's just get through this right now. You still have costs. So you're still going to have the appraisal. You're still going to have inspection. You're going to still have the earnest money deposit. Earnest money deposit is negotiable. Appraisal, that's going to come from the bank. So that's not something that you can negotiate. And then inspection, like you can look around, shop around. Some people don't go for an inspection. I always say get one. It's like always beneficial to get one. You don't want to like get into the property and then something happens later on. All right. Does FHA require the property to be perfect? All right. No, it does not. But speaking about inspections, FHA does have minimum property standards. Apologies, minimum property standards. So like chipped paint, like chipped siding, windows. The FHA inspections I have like seen delays. I've been in the industry like going on 10 years. I have seen delays in closing or outright seem like they said they're not closing on a home until something is fixed, right? But that's why it's important to have that inspection, important to do your walkthrough with your agent. If you're working with a knowledgeable agent, they'll be able to spot certain things out to you. We'll be able to spot certain things out to you when it comes to getting you into your home, no matter what type of loan program you're using. So it's just about working with a good team. If you need an agent and you're in any of these states, definitely hit me up because we work with professionals. When you're on this path, pre-approval is something that we do up front. So pre-approval, not pre-qualified. We are gathering your documents up front before we even move forward, right? Before we send you out that pre-approval letter, we've already looked at your income documents. We've already looked at your credit. We've already had those discussions, let you know what your closing costs are going to be, or give you an estimate, because like there are things that might come up like later on down the line that you might need to do. And for the closing costs, I generally overestimate just so there's no surprises at the end. So you're most likely getting like money back, or it's going to be a lower amount than what was quoted initially. But that is it. I am like looking real glossy. It is hot in here. If you are in Texas, stay hydrated. Right, I'm out here in Austin. Definitely come check me out. Y'all will see me out at some open houses, Pflugerville, Cedar Park, Round Rock, Huddle, even all the way down to Cal. Right, so I'm all around the city. Same with Atlanta when I'm coming back out there. But definitely hit me up. Texas, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina. Y'all enjoy this heat, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, what are we talking about? Tomorrow, I believe we are. I will let y'all know. I will let y'all know in the comments because it is hot. All right, so I'm gonna hit y'all up. Yeah, have a good night.